The golf outing is not only just a great day and a wonderful time for us to connect with a bunch of really extraordinary friends, but it's also such a successful fundraiser for us, which allows us to do things that otherwise we couldn't do with Medicaid reimbursement.
The golf outing has been a tremendous asset for Inglis. They've raised over $1 million since they started. And when you look around the campus here at Inglis, you see real improvements and really positive things that have come out of the golf outing.
The kitchen is both a source of therapy and a source of joy. It allows our occupational therapists to work with the day program visitors who really want to be able to live independently but need that extra support, practice, guidance, and skill development so that they can adapt and really redefine what their abilities are.
There's adapted vans for our wheelchair-using residents to be able to get to appointments, to be able to get to activities that we wouldn't otherwise have had or that we would otherwise have had to find other funding for.
The televisions were an incredibly generous and important gift to our residents, and every resident, thanks to the golf outing and other donors, now has a large flat-screen TV.
The gardens are one of our centerpieces here at Inglis that you don't really notice when you're passing by the building, but once you get inside you realize what a phenomenal resource it is and how beautiful it is.
There's something about the sound of water and watching water that's incredibly peaceful.
When I come to meetings now, I now come early so I can spend a little time sitting outside by the fountain.
But more than that, the golf outing supported the renovation of all of our picnic area and the creation of therapeutic gardens so that anybody in a wheelchair can garden.
Adapted technologies allow people with physical limitations to be able to access the same technologies that able-bodied people access. We just do it differently.
The Adapted Technology Program is something that we're really proud of here. It's something where you can really see where even just the smallest change can mean a tremendous change in someone's independence and ability to do for themselves.
Adapted tech is a breakthrough for our community. So oftentimes people with disabilities become isolated from the world because physically they can't go to the world. And adapted technology opens those doors.
The golf outing is funding a new health and wellness center here at Inglis that we're just so thrilled about because it's going to allow our residents to really be able to pursue a healthier lifestyle.
Looking at the bigger picture of not just the physical body, the bigger picture of the social, emotional, psychological, all those things that play into the idea of wellness, I think it's really important.
We've really moved to a holistic approach in everything that we do because we know that care works best when all of the partners in the care are coordinated on behalf of the resident.
So I feel like this is giving us a lot of creative opportunity to come up with some really unique programming, but hopefully we can also share our best practices with other people with disabilities living in the community.
Stuart is a long-term resident of Inglis.
My brother moved in here in 1977, so it's been a long, healthy, happy relationship here with Inglis House. It's allowed Stuart to really have a life. He's earned 3 college degrees while here.
Stuart Sanderson is one of the most remarkable human beings I've ever met.
As a younger person, we'd have a baseball hat that we'd glued a stick, a pencil, onto, and he was able to use that with an electric typewriter that we had in the house to sort of hunt and peck out, and it was sort of this amazing delivery of watching what scrolled out of a thing at the end of an afternoon that he'd actually composed some serious poetry.
The typing was frustrating for him, but slow is better than no, and that was how he was typing his poetry.
So Stuart, is a published poet. He's able to do that because he can use a computer to really express himself in ways that he couldn't before.
There were thoughts in there that we were unaware of even as a family. He needed to write, needed to express a lot of things that he was unable to verbalize.
One of his dreams was always to be able to have better control on the computer, and he had dreamed of independently reading books.
Reading a book was a big problem, so there were mechanical devices that would purport to turn a page when you hit a electromechanical switch.
Stuart is using a combination of technologies. He has the Tekla Shield, which allows him to press a single switch. The Tekla Shield signal is then sent to his iPad. The iPad then communicates with his Apple TV, which then projects everything onto his large flat screen television.
Now, if Stuart wants to, he can open the book. He sees it on his screen and he can find his way through it. That is a gift that the golf outing and so many others have given.
And Stuart had just finished reading his first novel. It was a Sherlock Holmes novel that he read independently by himself, and that has been a dream of his for years.
I'm one of the lucky ones because I really truly love my job, knowing that I might be able to have some positive impact on somebody, even incrementally make them a little more independent and satisfied with, their situation.
For me, it's being immersed in the daily lives. I share their tears, I share their joys. It's the greatest job in the world. When you can make a difference in a life, there's no better job.
I think my parents have often mentioned that the reason they've lived so long, is directly attributable to the fact that there is an Inglis, and we're grateful for it.
We are helping people live better, more fulfilling, healthier, more independent lives. It helps our community, it helps our city, it helps our state. The more people who we have living independently, maximizing their abilities, pursuing education, paying into the system, that's an investment that I'm really excited to be a part of, and we want to share that excitement with others.